Okay, Sunday Ramble Part 9. If you don't know what this is just where I take a moment to talk about my time walking with God and being around Him and living through my faith. If you're not interested in that, feel free to scroll. That's not a problem. Alright, so everything in my life really recently has been going like super well. I have my job's going really nicely. I finally got the transfer I wanted. All my vehicles are running smooth. Everything's going real good that way. The girl who I have chased thousands of miles across the country finally said yes to me. And I was feeling really good and really high up. Until I was driving home from that said place, and I was coming into a 7-Eleven somewhere, but I took a wrong turn, and I ended up like having to do a 3-point turn around so that I could get into the 7-Eleven to get gas. And while I did, throughout my blind side mirror, I just saw that there were like 2 people huddled inside of the corner, like not doing anything, looking like they were cold and hungry. So I was like, you know what? As a good Christian Boy Scout, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into that 7-Eleven, get some pizza, get some food, bring it over to them. Gift from God. Here we go. And I did that, and I brought it back to them. But when I got there, I saw there was a guy and a girl, and the guy got up. He started to walk towards me, and when he started to really walk towards me, I felt disgust. And I felt a sense of superiority almost. Because every step he took, it just looked like he was mindlessly marching on his own. Just to come over. He took the food and he was really happy about it, and I was happy to give it to him, but I couldn't get over that feeling of absolute disgust over what I was seeing, and I started to drive off and really analyze the reason why I felt that way. And what I ended up realizing is it was due to the fact that he was marking in a way that only fit his own worldly desires. That really messed me up, and that disgust I felt really also triggered something inside of me, because I grew up around people inside the same situation. Next to them, they were my friends, and I just thought of myself as better than them. And as I was driving off, I still couldn't shake that feeling. I couldn't shake it, and I was still thinking that same way until I reached down for my nicotine gum. That same reach, without a thought, without a care, just for a worldly desire. It's straight down beside me, and I grabbed it, I put it in my mouth without a thought in the world, until I realized that reach and that walk both live on the same plane. Both of those two needs, those wants, those desires, stem from the same place. And inside of that moment, I pulled over and I took a minute to myself to humble myself mostly. And that was a moment of really realizing that there's only been one person who has ever come through the world and not been controlled or designed by these earthly and worldly desires. And I'm definitely not him. So I have no place to feel better or stronger or smarter or anything like that than anyone else. And I've begun to work on those feelings because I never want to feel that way again. Because whether it's a walk, it's a reach, it's a step, it's a momentary lapse in judgment, we've all had these moments of worldly desire, interests. So to say that any of us are better than anyone else, who are all created in the image of God, is almost blasphemy in my opinion. So just remember, everyone you see is still a person. Everybody you see, no matter what walk of life they're currently doing, still needs love, still needs acceptance, still needs you to realize that chances are you're not much better, no matter how much you think you are. Alright, have a good one. Bye.